Erica on this computer? She's on there. I think Chris just got dinner. And so
I just had to pop into the office. It was dinner at like 9:00 these days. So it's
yeah, we were on that track too.
So hi Jen. And I think Rachel's listening, so.
Oh, good. Awesome. Okay, so welcome to our Discover Zyia. We're just gonna kind of go through some of the FAQs, what it means to be a rep, and if any of you have any questions at the end, you're more than welcome to ask them, and we will happily answer them. So my name's Lindsay Costello, and I joined Zyia in December of 2018. I was in another direct selling company, and I just really felt stuck and like, what am I doing here? And I just felt like I really lost my connection with it. And one day I messaged Katie, who is my sponsor, so she's above me, and I had watched her for like a year, and I was like, it's so smart that she's doing that, because she's a fitness coach, she does nutrition coaching and all of these things. And I, when she did it, I celebrated for her, but I never once thought, even though I have been a tennis player my whole life, I've always worked out, like I never once thought like, oh, I should do this. But then one day I was like, wait a minute, I think I need to do this. So I sent her a message and I was like, look, I'm not telling you I'm going to join you, but I want to know more. And I think I joined in like 2 hours after talking to her. And it's been a really fast and fun growth and ride. And we now have a team of like 160 people almost. And it's really growing fast right now. The crazy thing, our company has not experienced a slowdown in this time. It's actually continuing to grow like crazy. And last month they were able to give reps an extra 5 or 10% on their paychecks. And this month there's a promotion where you can earn an extra $750, and we can talk about that with you too. So it's been a ton of fun. And basically we've just been doing, we're talking about, we've been doing Zoom and Facebook parties, and it's been a ton of fun and still growing. So I'm gonna let Erica tell you her story too. Sorry.
Well, my name is Erica Ackman, and I, like Lindsay, have been in since December. I literally think it was December 14th, actually. That's so creepy that I know that. But literally, I was sitting in my office. I was a head coach at a university for soccer, and I was sitting in my office, and I got this message from Lindsay. And Lindsay and I's kids went to the same parish and the same school. And I had knew of her, and we were friends through our kids for, I don't know, 2 years before that, prior to that. And so, and I knew that she did really well with her previous company. And at that time, I was like, not finishing my master's. I did my master's for like 8 years, but I was doing my master's, and I was coaching, and I helped my husband. I have 3 kids, so it was just like kind of crazy. And she sent me this text message, and really it was just kind of like a text message that she would just reach out text like we would send any potential people in our group. And as soon as I saw activewear, I was like, oh crap, this is gonna be bad, right? So I was a Lulu addict, like I wore Under Armour or whatever, just like that, we wear coaching. And literally after I mentioned it to my husband, he was like, literally, if we break even, like that's all I care about, because I was so addicted to activewear. So I joined about 9 days after she did, while working and going to school and all the craziness. And I thought maybe like for a millisecond, I thought, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. And then I'm pretty impulsive. So I was just like all in, like super all in. So, but I knew that it would be part-time because of like what I had on my plate. So I just touched it pretty much every day for like the last year. And there's been spots over the last 6 months where it's been more full-time because of my time off, but I was laid off 2 times. And when people tell you like you kind of pray about stuff, or you like really like confide in your friends and family about things, I've done that a lot in the last like, I don't know what, like 8 months. And I think that these signs just keep coming up, and it's just like, what are you doing? Like, stop trying to like make this part-time and just go all in. So that's like my story in a nutshell. I love it. I love the people. I love the Bradley family. I love every part of it. And that's just kind of what I do when I tell people about it. It's just like my story. So that's really it.
Yeah, that's the other amazing part about this company is that like we've gotten the chance to meet them, the people who own it, and we just went to Mini Summit in Nashville before all this crazy COVID stuff came about. And like they were in the trenches, like they were down with people, hugging people, like they meet you once and they know your name. You send them a message on Instagram and they respond to you. Like that is really like that totally sold me 100%. So it's just great to work for a company that is like so aligned with you know, my values as an individual. And honestly, you know, I feel like this is my full-time thing too. And what that looks like for me is probably 20 to 30 hours a week. But you can do whatever it is that you want to do. Like that's not to say you can't fit this in 30 minutes a day and be successful. It's just, you know, you just do whatever you can do, whatever you want to do. And there's really no pressure, which is nice. I feel like the formula for it, there's no secret. It's just to believe in yourself and just consistently show up, because I feel like we're in a marathon, not a sprint. And it's just one of those things that over time is just going to continue to, you know, you'll reap the benefits over time. So how do you become a rep? We have starter kits. We have a men's and a women's starter kit. We recently, as a part of those announcements to offer the $750 bonus and the extra % on top of our commissions from March, they also announced that they were rolling back, cutting the price of the kit. They were $395 and now it's $295. So what you get are 5 pieces. There is a pair of leggings. There's a pair of joggers currently. There's a copper charge tank. There's, this is the women's kit. I don't know the men's off the top of my head. There's an all-star bra and there's a hat. And then you also get $100 to spend on the items of your choice. And you do get to purchase the kit items in your size. So you get to choose your size on those. So that's it. You just purchased just a starter kit and instantly you're ready to go. You have a back office and a website that people can go to and purchase from. Erica, do reps keep inventory?
Well, I'm probably a bad person to ask that because I keep a lot of inventory. It's 8-10 leggings and size medium top. I remember do you remember when the leopards, if you guys have been in here, the leopard stuff that's getting ready to relaunch, when that came out, it was January. And I was like, I'm not buying one thing in January. I'm going to like give myself some self-discipline here, which is one of the things I've been working on as far as fitness goes. But like you can probably see Lindsay's, but my rack is here too. I carry stuff that is just in my size. If people want to exchange or return or something, then potentially like I'll just take stuff there. But when Lindsay and I started, I started selling before I even got my kit. So it kind of just depends. If you do a lot of shows or you own a gym or some stuff like that, you might want to dangle around with like some inventory. But I have had reps go places with 5 items, and just for people to touch and feel or to drop off a bag is great. If we're all around here, like it looks like some people here are local, like you can share inventory, drop off bags. I rode our buggy down the street and dropped off a bag. So it kind of just all depends on like who your market is and what you plan to do with it. But I would say for the most part, like when I started, I might have like invested in a size run of the Light and Tides. But I do tell new reps and potential reps that our inventory changes every Wednesday, and that would be very difficult to start buying one of everything. I've tested that, I bet, with Lindsay and I buying gear, but we share, you know, or if somebody needs something, then, but I wouldn't say that you need to invest like a LuLaRoe budget on this stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And I'd argue that you don't even have to, because we have a return policy, and you can just show people yours and be like, look, you can touch these, you can, you know, whatever it is. If it doesn't fit you or if it's not right, you can just return it or exchange it. So That said, I have bought some of the things on my rack, and a lot of times I just take mine to a party if we're doing one at home. But I've bought the things on my rack just by using Hostess Rewards. So that has worked out really well, and we can talk about that in just a minute. So literally, the only real cost, because we have no minimums, like you don't have to order so much or sell so much every month. The only cost is our website, and it's $15 a month. It comes free for the first 2 months with your kit. However, if you sell or purchase $600 in a month, that fee is waived. So I've actually, and Erica and Lindsay, and probably Candace, Julie, we've not ever paid for our website. So, I mean, I don't think it's hard to not, to not have a cost associated with it. So, and Erica, do you want to talk about the discount?
Yeah, and there's one thing that I do find very helpful is when you're talking to prospective people, or if you are a prospective rep, go to the website if you're not familiar with the product and look at what $200 looks like for you. So if you're just trying to make commissions, I have a lot of people on my team that use it for a discount. If you're looking at like, what does the website fee look like at $15? It's $600. Like that's, that, see what that looks like. I talk sometimes in product and not money. So I tell my team, like, you need 6 pair of leggings or you need 10 pair of leggings. And for the most part, that will get you to where you need to be. So it kind of just depends on that. But as far as rep discount goes, I typically don't ever use the rep discount unless I'm giving somebody a perk or letting a potential rep try the gear in my back office. And that goes towards your lifetime as far as like sales goes, but I don't make anything off of that. So I have faith in my business that I can do at least $1,000 in my busiest times, in my soccer seasons or whatever. So I have faith that I could do $1,000, and at that we make 28%. So it's only like really a couple of dollars, so it's really not that big of a deal. But if I want some PV, or like say Candace is close, I might even buy something from her full price so that she gets that and she can get to $1,000. So typically I don't use my rep discount, but for people who are working the business 100% of the time, it is nice to be able to have 25% off. So that's kind of how I use it. I think that's personal preference. I have a lot of girls that do use it a lot.
Yeah. Okay. I did touch on this, the monthly minimum. So in order to make a commission, you have to sell or purchase $200 in a month. And then in order to stay active as a rep, you have to sell or purchase $300 within your first 6 months, but essentially your business kit will do that for your first 6 months. And then we're still such a baby company, like we only have something around 20,000 reps, that this policy is very lax, and I've never seen it enforced ever. So I don't even know if they'll send you an email. I don't have a clue. But I do know that you could probably just call if something happens and be like, hey, I didn't want to cancel, and I'm sure they'll let you right back in. So, okay, where can reps sell, Erica?
Well, that's tricky right now because reps can really sell in the means of their home and online, right? I do about I try to do about 3 to 4 parties a week now. In my busier times, it was probably like one in home and 3 or 4 online a week. So it kind of depends on what your schedule looks like, but reps can really sell anywhere. I think that there was like kind of a sticky situation in the beginning when we first joined, that there was a rep that was purchasing gear and she was placing it inside of a boutique that was not hers, and she was leaving the gear there. So you cannot do that. Like Lindsay said, there are some stipulations inside of our bylaws that say some stuff like that and some other things, but you can't like just buy out a commercial space and put Zyia on the front of your space. So as independent reps, we're licensed and responsible for kind of like our own business. So it's kind of just, I don't want to say it's like a franchise, but we are legally and responsible for the name. So, if people want to return things or people want it, that's just all out of our pocket. So you can sell really anywhere. You can do pop-ups in gyms. You can do pop-ups at soccer tournaments. You can do pop-ups at on the street. You can wherever you want. You can sell the product. We cannot sell like on what is it, Lindsay? Like
Correct.
Poshmark and some of those other sites. And then when we do sell or we do use discretion, which means we're not selling at retail, we have to do that inside of the private circumferences. So like your VIP groups or like private areas where it's not public. So you're not offering like half off to people on your stories or where everybody can see them. So you really have a lot of room as far as where to sell and to get kind of creative during this time. Because right now everybody I think is non in-home, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I've been doing, I said this earlier before many of you hopped on, but I've been doing Facebook parties, and I literally have been booking 2 a week, and next week I have 3. So that is not slowing down. I don't feel like, and people are actually reaching out to me too and saying, hey, let's do this. Like, I'm wearing more leggings and more joggers or comfy clothes or whatever. Like, let's just do this and have fun. And actually, Lindsay Eversmeyer is on this call, and Marla, I don't see her on, but she, I popped on last night. They both had Zoom events, and so we brought your adult beverage, and it was just a good time to connect with people and have an adult conversation and feel like you were together when you really can't be. And Lindsay had a pretty hysterical idea to have people drink whenever somebody said leggings. So it got kind of fun towards the end for sure. But that was really fun to see, and I was just smiling the whole time because things like this, connecting this way is what we get right now. So okay, so commissions. As Erica touched on, we start at 20%. So anything up to $1,000 is 20%, but once you hit that $1,000 mark, you unlock an extra 8% on all of it. And as you grow, as you build a team, you can also earn off of your team. And then you can also, once you hit a certain level, you can also unlock a higher percentage, 33% once you hit executive. And each promotion also gives you a bonus. So we can share that pay plan with you. We can go through it with you. There's a video explaining it. But, you know, and like I said, last month, I got an extra 10% on my check. We all did. And then this month, there's an opportunity to earn an extra $750 in cash if you add a couple of people to your team and sell $2,500 in clothes. So can you build a team, Erica?
Yeah, so I think that like when Lindsay and I do this, when we share our story or when we build our team, we don't really talk to people about sales or leggings or discount. We talk to them about the business opportunity. We talk to them about our company. We talk to them about our values, and we talk to them about like, would this be a right fit for them? I have a lot of girls who double up. They do like Arbonne, or they do like what are some other ones like Advocare, or I have a couple of people that do Endurance or whatever. But I think that, you know, it fits, you know, a lot of people's lives because everybody's active in some sort of way. So I think that the size run, kids and men's incorporated, it's family oriented. But I think when I first started, I knew that if I wanted this to be a long-term thing, that I wanted to build a team. And I wanted to build a team around people that were like kind of my tribe, or kind of like things that we have in common. So like I have a lot of girls on my team that are like, have all boys, like they recruit boy moms or whatever. Or like Candace is a nurse. She has some nurse friends, you know, so it's kind of like about who you want to like kind of surround yourself with. But not only that, but just like going out and sharing the business opportunity. I know like some double Zyia executives that have 7 people on their team and they have 4 directors, and they're very successful. And I know some people with 650 people on their team and they, you know, are like just using the discount or whatever. So it doesn't really matter how big or small your team is. Everybody has a difference. But I think the best thing about like building a team is like doing it together, you know? So I think that, you know, like anything, you get a lot more accomplished as a team, really. So
Yeah, and you don't have to, but if you're going into this and you want to make, you know, more than a couple $1,000s a month, and you want to kind of build that legacy type of business, then yeah, you're going to need to. And then just one last thing I wanted to touch on. I did tell you that we are somewhere in the ballpark of like 23,000 reps, I think, at this point. And there is sort of this like magic growth period for direct selling companies between 36 and 72 months is when we sort of, or they sort of hit that sweet spot and just kind of, you know, take off like a rocket ship. And we are actually in month 38. So I feel like we're right in that. And like, maybe it's what's going on that people are staying home more and doing all this, but I feel like we've had a ton of momentum here in the past 2 months too. So it's been a really fun time and really interesting to see all of that happen. So that said, we'd love to have you join us. Are there any questions that I didn't or Erica didn't address, or anything that we can answer for any of you?
I didn't talk about Canada.
Oh yeah.
I have one rep in Canada. If you know anyone in Canada, that is like a money hole, pretty much. We have, so when Lindsay and I joined, we were like 4,000. So the wave of girls and guys before us were like beginners. They're like the godparents, right? Those people are now probably hitting like their peak, like they're like the growth is happening, right? Mm-hmm. Canada has like a little bit over 2,000 reps. So like I had a rep join a couple months ago and she was like rep 331 something. So when they start, you have to have 4 digits. So it's 1,000. So in the US, when they started, it's 1,000. When they start in Canada, it's 1,000. So that place is seeing a lot of growth. Their competition is obviously Lululemon. That's where their hub is. And the price difference in Canada to the dollar is about $20, $35 maybe. So the pricing between Lululemon and us is a little close. Now with the drop of the kit, and I think there is a conversion as far as currency goes has changed. So Canada is, if you know people in Canada and you can build a team there, you will be a very happy person. That's my true belief.
That's funny. Yeah, and you can have customers in Canada too. You just have like a Canada website and they order from there. I've actually had 2 this month and they order from there and it just shows up in your volume, just on your regular website, on your back office. So are there any other questions? You guys, I muted many of you. I heard some background noise, so feel free to take yourself off of mute and ask any questions you have. Anyone? Does anyone else want to add anything? Do you feel like we missed anything? Any other reps on here?
Hey, Lindsay, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Hey, we're pretty new. Lindsay Eversmeyer has helped us kind of get started.
Yeah.
And my wife is really the real MVP, like every wife is. But I'm just kind of curious, like how, like the cadence of like, my background is marketing and social media marketing. So that's what really intrigued me. Like when I started watching Lindsay, it was like, like that's really smart. Like I've kind of watched every MLM under the sun and just like, this one was just different to me. But I guess my question is like what's been the best like formula? Is it like launch party, or is it just really personal, like start posting? And I know it's probably going to be a little bit different for everyone, but is there like a case study or kind of just like a PDF on like, here's like month 1, like best practice, month 2, best practice, like, because we're just jumping in and total newbies. So
yeah, absolutely. I think that, like you said, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's different for everyone. And the beauty of this is that your audience is different from my audience, right? Because of who you are. Like your people are your people. And if they see that, you know, you're doing something, oh gosh, she's really smart, or, you know, he's really smart. I think it's different for everyone. And Erica and I were actually just talking about this the other day. Like there's a girl somewhere in our team who does a bazillion Instagram, Facebook stories, and TikToks, like crazy.
yeah.
That I do them sometimes, but like there's not enough time in the day for me to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm still like managing to get myself out there. And honestly, like on my personal Facebook page, I just weave it into what I'm doing. So there'll be a couple of posts about my family, and then I'll throw a Zyia post in there, you know, and then I have a VIP group on Facebook, and many of us here do. And that tends to be a good place to do that. And like Erica said, like you can post in there, hey, I have a $10 discount, for you. So I would recommend doing like a VIP group. And I don't know if you're on Instagram or Facebook, but I think either is
Yeah.
fine as long as you have your audience there. I think that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Is that helpful?
Yeah, that's helpful. That's great. And
Okay.
I think that's what, like, even just watching Lindsay's cadence, like, she's not over the top, but it's definitely like, you can sense her excitement, and you can sense that it's like kind of less is more, so that's kind of what intrigued me, was like, wait, what? You're going to Jamaica? What? like so there's just kind of fun, like that got me excited. And I'm considering like jumping in on the men's side. I mean, right now Aaron's gonna be doing it, but we have 4 daughters, so Lindsay's like, you have to do this. This is your destiny. So
that's so smart. So your audience is gonna be your girls' friends and family. Their family. I think to start. I mean, that's a built-in market already.
Yeah, but I'm just excited. Just wanted to say hi and thank Lindsay for inviting us into this opportunity. I think it's awesome. I'm just really, really genuinely excited in a way I've never had an MLM stop me in my tracks and go, this feels different, So
I'm so glad you said that. I have felt that every step of the way, and I think many of us here have. It's just different. It's owned by a mom of 4, and it's run like a family. And I don't know if you heard me say, I'm not sure, Dan, if you were on yet, but when we went to the mini summit in Nashville, the owners are rubbing elbows with everyone. They're they're not untouchable like they are in any other company. Like they want to know you. They want to get to know you. And like I said, like if you message them on Instagram or Facebook, they'll reply.
Yeah. It's really cool. Well, we're very soccer centric, like Lindsay. So we have kind of a built-in community that way that we've built like over the last. We've owned our own soccer camp business for 18 years, and we've always used Puma, and we dipped our toe in Arbonne like one summer 10 years ago and got like right out. It just wasn't the right fit for us. But I just know, Lindsay and I talked for like an hour, and I was like, yeah, this is a no-brainer. And why should we give all our money to Lululemon? I mean, I just like stopped and asked myself, I'm like, literally, why have I done that? Like, why? Like my daughter was in an Aviva photo shoot, and they didn't give her even a discount card, and I'm like, so they just take our money and run and use our daughter's image. And, I mean, no one made us do that. She thought it was fun, but I'm like, you can be your own model. So,
totally.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I love it. Well, welcome. We're so glad to have you.
Thank you.
Anything we can do to help you, I'm glad to help anytime.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Does anybody else have any questions?
I do.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Yeah. I hate to say that. I feel like that always on Zoom calls. So, pretty connected in the soccer world, which obviously Lindsay here, Marla, then we have Liz, and then my sister-in-law actually just joined, Lori, and then one of my best friends actually just signed up literally before I jumped on this call for a party. So I'm just like, do I have any not leeway, but like anybody else? Like I have my soccer friends, I have these friends, I have these friends, I have those friends, but I feel like everybody's kind of hitting it now. But like my sister-in-law went, and then now I have one of my best friends doing a party, which I didn't know about. And then, someone in the family, it's just like a tier thing. I don't know if that.
I don't think, Erica and I have a huge network that sort of intertwines. I think Lindsay and I have one somewhat too. I don't think that will dictate your success at all. Here's the beauty of Zyia is like people can buy once from someone else, and then they can also come and support you. So in my mind, like you just have to have an abundance mindset and know that there's enough out there for you. Like I fully believe that there's enough out there for everyone. And like the fact that there are only this many reps, and you can have customers anywhere in the US or anywhere in Canada and on any military base. I mean, you can have, so think about that whole great big world out there, and you're not limited.
And
I got
live,
one in Puerto Rico.
I was going to say, I lived 6 months in Florida and I'm 6 months in Maine. So I'm all over the map.
Yeah.
So I'm not in the same state, but we just, the same network, you know how social networking is.
Yeah, and you know, just utilize social media because it's all we have right now anyway. You know,
Right.
and do everything virtually, and I'll gladly guide you. I'm sure Erica will too. I know she will. So,
Hi, Rachel.
or Lindsay will too. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I'm so happy to see you, Rachel. It's been
I
so
know.
long.
Crazy, right? We need to
I know. I miss your face.
we need to hip check each other into the boards.
We do. I know. I need to get back into it. I miss
I
it.
need to
I'm
find some more
keening right
tennis
now.
people to get on here.
I told you I would play you. It's not going to be pretty, but
I saw you, Lindsay Costello. Don't know you, but my brother went to McKendree. I saw that you graduated from there, and Tim Strange just made the Hall of Fame, and congrats.
Yeah.
Love the guy.
Yeah. I didn't play soccer, but all of my roommates did.
Oh, okay.
I played tennis.
Awesome. Well, I'm sure I'm good at tennis because I'm good at everything else. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
right? Absolutely. All right. Does anybody else have any other questions?
Hey, Lindsay.
Hi.
It's Candace. Did you guys touch on like the trips that you can get, like the Jamaica, like the incentive trips?
I'm sorry, we didn't, and Dan brought that up. We just did a promo for about 3 months where you could earn points to go to Jamaica. That trip was slated to be in July, and it's still currently holding, but I think they have tentatively set a second date for October if this is still going on. Yeah, there's a big trip going on. You have till November to qualify. It's a trip to Bermuda. You can, if you hit a certain level in the company, which is, it's a pretty big step, but honestly, like with the growth right now, like I think it's so doable even in like 6 months if you put your feet to the ground and start running. And right now the promo, so every month there's a different promo. Right now it's that $750 bonus. Our company is debt free. So they pay for everything with cash, and they actually are sitting on extra cash. And so they're like, what can we do to get money into your pockets? We know that this is a crazy time right now. And so they're like, we're going to give you a $750 bonus if you can add 3 reps and sell $2,500. And you can do that as many times as you can add 3 reps and sell $2,500. So. And next month there'll be a different promo. They just announce it at monthly on the company call. And actually the president does that. So like they get on a Zoom call like this, you get to connect with them, and they'll announce the promo.
And just to touch a little bit on Dan, the beauty of Zyia is you can just do it whatever works best with your lifestyle. Like I am a nurse, so I try to post at least once in the morning and then once in the evening, like when I'm going to work and coming home. And so you just kind of do it on your time, whatever works for you. You can do virtual parties, you can do on Facebook or Instagram, pop-ups. Like there's so many different options to get out there and kind of put your name out there and put the brand out there. So
yeah.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I recorded this. I can share the link in our team page for anyone who wants to share it with anyone. But I guess we'll go ahead and sign off. Thank you so much for being here, and just reach out to the person whomever invited you here, and they will help answer any more questions or help you find that starter kit. Thanks, guys.
thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.